The coolest thing about ghosts is probably the mystery that surrounds the history of the ghosts and why people suspect that ghosts are haunting a certain area.
The three main ghost legends of Penn State University concern the old botany building, the Petit Library, and Schwab Auditorium. The first legend takes place in Old Botany.
President Atherton, is buried across the street here by Schwab, and the story goes is that Mrs. Atherton haunts Old Botany, looking out the windows up above over her husband's grave. Old Botany was, in its day, is quite a grand building. It was the home, in addition to being Old Botany, through Penn State, it housed the first planning, I think it was Borough Commission meeting, State College Borough. It was first occupied in 1887. It once housed a greenhouse on the side of the building, and you can still see the marks after they tore that greenhouse down. It had beautiful gardens in the front. There's photographs of that. The two experiences that I've had is I was sitting at my desk and I could see the front door, and the doors are very heavy. There's no way the wind could blow them open or anything like that, and they're very loud. And the door just came open one day by itself and slammed shut, and there was no one there. There was just no explanation for that. And the first time that I walked upstairs, got in the landing of the stairs and just got cold chills, that sort of thing. But I'm sensitive to stuff like this. This has happened to me before, and I believe in this kind of thing. So that's the two things that have happened to me. Nothing else out of the ordinary.
One of the things that I find most peculiar about these stories is they all take place in very isolated, quiet, and claustrophobic areas.
The second legend concerns a murder in the Petit Library.
Her name was Betsy Aardsma. My father was here when she was murdered in 1969. There was not much made of the story. It was kept very hush-hush. Not a whole lot of press buzz or anything like that. He said at the time the rumors were that the girl was killed with an ice pick. He recently read an article in the Penn Stater that they think it was actually a flat-bladed knife. The killing blow was administered in such a way that she couldn't even scream, leading modern investigators to believe that the killer may have had some anatomy expertise, possibly medical profession.
From what I've read, apparently after she was murdered, there has been some activity on the level of Petit that they connected to her, like people would feel something. Some girl who was reading up on satanic books and research reported that she was followed home by Betsy and was woken up in the middle of the night feeling like she had been choked or something. But that was about the only incident of violence reported from Betsy. Every time I come to Petit, sometimes I get a little sick feeling, but I feel that's probably more from just eating too much and then going to the library, so I believe more in having hard evidence when it comes to ghosts because of just the nature of them themselves.
The girl who was reading the satanic books and was followed home and choked by Betsy Aardsma was definitely the most unbelievable story, I think, because it made very, very drastic claims, things that are very tangible, and it was told by someone who was looking through satanic books at the time, so obviously already was pretty susceptible to occult beliefs and the supernatural ideas. Schwab is one of the more haunted buildings on campus, with no less than 3 ghosts reported in the stories. One of which is George Atherton himself, who is fittingly right across from Old Botany, where his wife Frances Atherton is supposedly haunting.
Hello? Anyone in there? Atherton doesn't appear to be answering.
The main ruckus that these ghosts cause is moving stuff around and making a lot of noise upstairs. One story tells of a professor giving a test who actually stopped the test because of all the noise and took 3 big football players with him to go investigate in case there were troublemakers upstairs. And when they got there was nothing. Now in this whole video we've shown you quite a few different stories. I think they're all explainable. But the question is,